welcome to Alumni Adventures. And today we have Emily. Emily, I'm so glad you're here. You've inspired me with what you've been able to do and the path that you've that has paved itself in front of you as you finish your coach training. So let's deep dive a little bit into that. But before that, maybe you can introduce yourself, like what you do, and why you decided to become a coach.
Yeah, so again, thank you for inviting me, Lynn. I'm so excited about this conversation as well. So just very briefly, again, to your audience, my name is Emily. I've always been passionate about helping others, and I actually saw the opportunity of maximizing that through coaching. I found the CCI, of course, so thank you, Lynn, for that. Very supportive faculty. Did my PCD, ACD, and now, was it like 2 years now after getting all those formal trainings? Here I am, really also trying to practice as a professional coach. Yeah. So why am I into coaching? I don't know. My simple sentence is I really just want to, help others through coaching. Yeah.
That's something I can definitely relate to. And this, because we want to help people, we definitely want to find the best way to do that, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what is the area that you want to impact as a coach, Emily?
Yeah. So, with my background, so I've been in the corporate world, so specifically I'm in the supply chain for more than 20 years now. And I've also supported people. So I've been a people leader for like more than 10 years now, actually, as far as I can remember. So I thought about the best way for me to actually impact and support is to focus on leadership. And specifically, I have a high interest for the emerging leaders because if they are enabled early and they get the support that they need, the impact they have is actually going to be much more, and also it's sustainable. So I felt like my renewed mission after going through training or professional coaching training is to really support and inspire these emerging leaders. And the other part of me is I'm naturally a giver, so I wanted to do that so that together as well we can impact and create a better world. Sounds cheesy, I think, but quite a noble ambition, I would say. But you could only try, right? So
you like cheese?
Not so much.
Oh, I love cheese, so I'll take cheesy. But I want to unpack something there, Emily, because there are many managers or people leaders out there who either don't know about coaching or not convinced.
Yes.
Or don't have that experience of coaching their people, at least a little bit more formally. Can you share, given you've been on both sides of the coin, right? Can you share the difference that a coaching leader makes?
Yes. So a leader with qualities of a coach can actually enable and empower people much more. So imagine a manager and imagine a leader who has coaching skills. A manager can just direct people and get things done. But a leader with coaching skills can get things done, but can also create an environment where people will also move forward without necessarily just getting, instructions, directions from the leader. So they create as well their own leadership. So that's more empowering. And at the end of the day, it's more sustainable because these are also the future leaders that need to, grow in the organization. So you're paying it forward. So it's not just about, leading people for performance, but it's also about leading people so they become leaders themselves and carry on and carry forward. Yeah.
That development aspect.
Yes.
Which I think a lot of leaders know they should do, but they may not actually know how to do it.
Yes.
So like
exactly.
having coaching conversations is one proven way.
Correct.
Now there's a huge struggle that many leaders have at the beginning of, learning to have these coaching conversations. I can't stop giving advice. It's so difficult to just ask a question. It's so difficult to not tell them, just do it because it's so like, what are some tips that you have for those in a leadership position to use at the beginning of their coaching journey?
Well, I could relate to that because even for myself, we are all vulnerable to conversation traps, right? We are all experts of something, so it's very easy to just advise and tell people what needs to be done. But I would say to leaders who are out there and really would want to give this a try, focus on the human being, okay? Focus not so much of the problem that needs to be fixed or solved, but really focus on the people who are there to creatively solve it with you. And with that mindset, you begin to open up that I'm actually with human beings who are equally as knowledgeable as me. And there's no one solution to everything. There are many ways and many possibilities. So as a leader, it's also your responsibility to actually open it up. And by opening it up, guess what? Motivation goes up, trust goes up, results goes up. Everything is just on the positive direction. And that's why I really believe that we should all give this a try. And really have that conversation that really draws out, the ideas, the feelings, the thought leadership from others. Yeah.
I like what you said, Emily. I've not heard anybody call it out that way. As leaders, we are responsible for bringing all that out.
Yes.
I think the assumption there is, as a leader, I'm responsible for pointing my people to a certain direction, to making sure they get there, performance based. There is a right way to do things. But what you just pointed out is an expansion of the mindset of a leader. That it's my responsibility to find a way to bring out their best.
Yes, exactly. Because we're not here every day for long. We all move on to our next assignments. Every day we'll always have a new goal. So how do you make it sustainable, right? How do you, also leave a legacy behind? They will never look up at you every day. They also need to figure things out. So yeah.
And you don't suffer burnout, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because you're always taking on everything and trying to solve all their problems. Imagine you manage like 20 people or 50 people.
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest, that's the ask of millennials now. That's the ask of the workforce now. Like, give me direction, but empower me as well. So, with the baby boomers era, it's like almost like a conveyor belt system, right? So task 1, task 2, task 3, task 4. But now the world has changed so much. Like, you don't need to give all the tasks and outline the procedure for them. Just tell people what is the end in mind. And then let's figure this out together in a creative way. Yeah.
Love that. Okay, so how have you, what has opened up for you, I guess on the workplace front? If you're so passionate about empowering leaders, emerging leaders and the future generation, what have you been up to?
Yeah, so I guess if you have that purpose and that passion, right, I'm sensing that opportunities will just, come your way. So what I've also done within my own company, there is a pilot program on what we call as leading through coaching. And I kind of, raised my hand. You know what? I think I can help you. And it's a pilot program, so it's exciting because we're gathering also learnings and feedback. So what I've done is I've led facilitating the first cohort for the region, and that's what I've been busy for the month as well. And before this, there's been a lot of preparation. But it's really inspiring for me to be able to use also what I've learned, of course, from our days in PCD and ACD, and being able to relate that in the context of work, and being able to integrate that to my people leader experience. And I think it's the power of, our knowledge and experience, being able to tell a story altogether that really moves people. It becomes then practical and tangible for them. So really enjoying that for now. In fact, I think it's next Monday we will close it. No, the week after next Monday, we will close it. So excited for the feedback that comes out of that.
How many have joined?
For this cohort, there's a small group of 16, 18 people.
But that's 16 to 18 leaders whom you're going to make a difference to.
Yes, so this is the kind of the incubating batch, right? So the starting batch. And then after that, we hope that this program can be available whole year, so that we can enroll more and more leaders to kind of join us. So yeah, it's using coaching as well in the workplace. So just nice. So apart from work, I've also been in the lookout, of course, of how I could continue to grow and how I could maximize myself. And particularly, I was looking at opportunities to maximize my savings. So sorry, this is a sideline story. But in the process, I came to know of this private equity firm. And I saw the opportunity to that these leaders, if they are oriented to a coaching conversation, they could actually also really make good use of this to manage their own teams, and to even manage how they set their goals, and set their commitments forward. So I offered to have like a kind of a coaching. I raised my hand again. So they invited me for a kind of a talk, what coaching is all about. And in the context of this company, what's very relevant for them is actually using the GROW framework. Are you familiar with the GROW framework? So goals, reality, options, and will, so way forward. And I've had some experience of that in my previous company. So we looked at that framework, and then looked at how can this be applicable in their context. And light bulb, went up. People really appreciated that, and they were also raising their hand and starting to write their goals, and starting to look at this from a lens of, here's what I will do with my team, here's what I will do myself as my commitment to my goal. So it's just also fulfilling, that with a 1 hour, 1.5 hour investment of talking, people are responding, with action. So yeah, that's another one that I've just raised my hand.
How many people were in that?
So it's 100 plus associates, but I think who turned up, about 85 people turned up.
Wow.
So I'm just glad they accommodated it in their calendar and their schedule.
Were you nervous?
Actually, no. I was not, because I know what I'm talking about. I came in with the mindset, I'm here to help. So I don't have to be nervous about anything. I'm just bringing myself to the to the table. And in fact, I spent most of my time on screen having a demo. So I invited someone to, come join me. Let's have this conversation. So they all saw that, followed the kind of the framework, and that's even much more impactful for them to see, because it's not just the concept, but really kind of seeing it how it works.
Yeah.
So I thought that, well, it's not a high investment on my side. Just come in, be true to yourself, invite someone to join you. And then, let's see what the reflections and insights come out of it. Yeah. Yeah. So that was good. Another one to mention, I also have a passion again with regards to, this purpose of supporting emerging leaders. I also have a passion to help SMEs and startups. So I saw this company as well who's into clean energy. And they have a group of very young managers, and business is growing very fast. And then again, I saw an opportunity. Said, you know what, if you kind of apply coaching as well, firstly, have a coaching conversation yourself. This could really help you also as a leader. So now it's still in the works, but I'm cooking a plan how we could put together like an executive coaching program for this leadership team. But my big takeaway is really just have a strong why. Why are you doing what you're doing? And be open to possibilities. And when it presents itself, just raise your hand, lean in. Doesn't have to be a perfect plan. Just go, present yourself, show up, and co-create it as well. So that's been what's happening.
I mean, I'm amazed. So I know you shared a couple of ingredients in that mix of yours. As to why you're opening up so many, I guess, opportunities of impact. I think the confidence that you have is outstanding. A lot of people, a lot of coaches I've trained, even though they've gone formal training, they're clocking their hours, but there always be that part of them that feels that imposter syndrome. I've not been coaching very long, I just got trained, who am I to tell them all this? How do you but it's different for you. How do you not fall into that?
I think it's the strong purpose statement I have.
Okay.
If there's one thing, it is that magic sauce. Even before formally enrolling to our professional coaching course, I already have an inkling of what my purpose is. And it became even clearer for me, when I started to see how coaching could impact. That's just the fuel I have, nothing much really. That fuels bravery, that fuels, creativity. That also fuels energy. I mean, if you imagine my calendar, it's like exploding. But I still have my, good amount of time for sleep. I still can balance my work and other things that I do. I don't know how, but somehow capacity is just created because anyway, you are really living to what will make you your life more meaningful. So time will just kind of work around that. Capacity will just work around that as long as you are true to what your purpose is. So I think that's probably the magic sauce. Yeah.
Your magic sauce. I do want to highlight though that you have a lot of initiative, and I think any coach, right, in any capacity, whether you want to make a difference in the workplace, or I've also had some coaches say they want to make a difference for mothers because mothers struggle a lot.
Yes.
What do you call that? Next generation. People with mental wellness topics. Whatever area that you want to make a difference in, that initiative is important.
Yes. Because the door will not open unless you start to knock also. Yes.
And you must know that But why would you want to knock? It's because you know you have a wonderful gift.
Yes.
And I think it starts with being very clear about that.
Correct. So you are a bearer of a big gift.
Wow.
People will open up to you if they allow you to. So what is there to hide and what is there to be afraid of? So yeah, just show up.
Show up where you can make that difference.
Yes.
And it does take a lot of courage, because it can be quite scary. Now you have opened up a couple of doors and you have delivered that gift. How do you feel after delivering the gift?
I can tell you, I feel much more energized. I feel much more alive. I feel much more fulfilled. I feel much more, you know, that Maslow triangle. When you're younger, you go all the way to your survival needs, and I think I'm working towards you can say my self-actualization. And that's really resonating with me much more now than it was years before. So I feel like with what I do and with, you know, the doors that has been opened, it is, you know, leading me much more closer to that. Yeah.
Okay, so what do you see ahead of you on this path?
So, well, there's a lot of possibilities. Just need to know what to choose and when. So I definitely see myself impacting the workplace. So I will continue to do what we started, for example, with my current company, and see how much more I could also support and help. I definitely am invested also with my own team, and using, you know, coaching and what I could do to also impart skills to them, so that if they become people leaders later, they are also equipped. And then with the other opportunities that are coming up, you know, after receiving the gift, if you want to also come back and understand more, then I'm always open to that if availability allows. But I think I am keen to spread the good news of what coaching is. I'm more than willing to, you know, be invited and just speak more about examples of how coaching has impacted the workplace or even me personally. And yeah, using coaching as a platform to also support some of my advocacy. So, for example, I really have a strong passion to help children. That's why I'm in the toy industry now. And that's also why I've been supporting a lot of charities towards children's education. So we're launching this other project called Tree of Life, which is all about introducing coaching and giving people the chance to try. And at the same time, you know, part of the proceeds is also going to children's education through our partner World Vision. So I see projects like that, I think are really good, and, you know, we'll just keep going and keep helping, keep giving. Yes.
You're amazing. You know why you're in supply chain? Because you're just like push it out. You're like creating that supply of coaches and coaching.
Yeah, sourcing, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Come and let's exactly. Yeah, applying all those skills and putting it all together. Yeah.
Hey, thank you, Emily, for sharing your experience, your wisdom, and for you who are thinking about what can I do as a coach or after my coach training, I hope you're really inspired by what Emily has done. And this is just, you know, not the ceiling, okay? There's so much more that we can all do in our own different ways. So thanks, Emily, for being that light of inspiration.
Thank you, Lynn.
You.